It's March 18th, 2025, 3:07 a.m. I just a minute or two ago, I connected an old hard drive to my laptop and found an article I wrote back in 2000, which was published in the Mensa Bulletin. Now, the Mensa Bulletin that this was published in, I had it right in front of me and was telling people that was one of the things I wanted transported to Heston when we moved. This was 2023, and apparently it did not make it here. This issue only made it here because it was in mistakenly with something else. It's when I lived back in Wichita on Pershing Street. What I had been asked to do was write the lead article for the Millennium edition of the Mensa Bulletin. I was honored. And people sent me their votes, and I wrote this article. Now, this is what was on my hard drive, so what was published is probably a little different. It's probably edited. For our Mensa poll, this was non-scientific polls, just whoever wanted to write and you had to write, and you had to give your membership number. There's only 58 books received multiple votes, and there's about 550 people sent in votes. No, there were 509 valid votes. Some people just forgot to include their membership number, so I had to throw them out. So anyway, I'm just showing this because I also had an article in this, and I no longer have that email. I was liaison for the National Hearings Committee and former local secretary for Sunflower Mensa. Our bylaws called me president, and Mensa accepted that, but I was also referred to as local secretary. I share this because you might want to know there were only 12 books that received multiple votes. For example, here, Lord of the Rings received 9 first place votes, 4 second place votes, and 2 third place votes. That is a precise tie with Atlas Shrugged. So that's 1 and 2. Third was Orwell's 1984. 5 first place, 3 second place, 1 third place. Grapes of Wrath, Godel Escher Bach. Yes, we mixed fiction and nonfiction. Silent Spring, Brief History of Time, Brave New World, To Kill a Mockingbird, The Fountainhead, Guns, Germs, and Steel, and The Old Man and the Sea. The top 12 are the only books receiving 5 or more votes, including a first place vote. So, of course, I had read Lord of the Rings, Atlas Shrugged, 1984, Grapes of Wrath, Godel Escher Bach, Silent Spring, Brief History of Time, Brave New World, To Kill a Mockingbird. I'd never finished reading The Fountainhead. Obviously, some people really thought it's great, and it just didn't hold my attention. I even tried watching the movie. That didn't hold my attention. Gary Cooper. Guns, Germs, and Steel, I read several times, and it was a joy for me to send Jared Diamond an email informing him of his place on this list. He did reply, I don't think that meant that much to him. The book had won the Pulitzer Prize. That probably did mean something to him. The Old Man and the Sea. So, a couple of Nobel Prize in Literature winners Hemingway, Steinbeck, Rachel Carson, book here. That is How to Write a Nonfiction Book. Now, a lot of people bought A Brief History of Time but didn't read it. I'm sure the Mensa people read it. I don't claim to have finished reading it. My wife did, but didn't hold my attention, and I didn't really agree with all his opinions. Now, Brave New World was Brave New World in 1984 we read when I was in high school. They're banned in some school districts now. To Kill a Mockingbird, I didn't read that till after I was out of school. And I didn't read The Old Man and the Sea till after I was out of college. Anyway, those are all excellent books. Now, maybe you don't like the message of Atlas Shrugged, but you can't deny you can read. It's a long book, and you can read it with enjoyment just for the story. A lot of people hate 1984, but that received a lot of votes. Grapes of Wrath, controversial book, but obviously excellently written. My wife, well, I am also. Well, it surprised me, anthropologists. They thought this was an anthropology book, and Diamond's not an anthropologist, and so they scorned it. Dr. Billings scorned it. She wouldn't read it. But if she had, she would have found out it's excellent, well-reasoned book, Gun, Germs, and Steel, The Fates of Human Society, 1997. So I commend that dozen to you. Like I said, I couldn't finish reading all of them, but maybe you will.